Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Night on Two Real Geeks. This is the weekly geekly entertainment chat. Oh, hello, Leia. You heard Mom should come check it out. Just gonna give it a minute for everything to catch up on the stream until I start seeing people and words and stuff like that. Hope you guys are doing great. How's everybody? Hope you had a great week. I am back at home and I had an awesome trip to New York. Got to hang out with my mom, and that's always the best. And I got to stop and surprise Lauren at her polar plunge, mom and dad. So that was really cool. And so we'll have a video coming out soon of Lauren's polar plunge, which she does every year for special Olympics. So yeah, you guys will enjoy that, and lots of stuff coming up. I did get the cream cheese video ready, but Danny hasn't posted it yet. He's working on it. What is Leia barking at? Hey PTV, how you guys doing? Danny, thanks. So, what's everybody up to tonight? Yep, that's right. Danny better get to work. Hey Rachel. Been in the house. What's up, Leia? I'm gonna let a couple more people jump in. Hey Rachel. I was sad Saturday night on the bus knowing that I was missing all you guys. Thank you, Ben, for jumping in with Danny. That's hard at work, Ben. So what have you guys been up to this week? Have you all been up on your Disney Plus? What have you guys checked out so far? I'm sure you're a great substitute, me, Ben. Don't sell yourself short. What have you? You can definitely jump in one day. I think Danny put it out. I think something like that. But someday we'll set it up. How is the new High School Musical? Do you like it? Did you just say I'm an elf? Yeah, I agree with that. So, all right, we'll start getting. So, I have just started catching up on the Disney Plus stuff because I just got home yesterday and I mean, Danny had gotten it last week, but I didn't want to log on like up in New York right away with our account. I don't know. I want the Disney police looking after me or anything like. So, waited until I got home to start checking things out. So I haven't seen too much yet. Um, I did watch the every like as everybody knows by now, the episodes are coming out pretty slowly. So it's like a one a week off deal. It's kind of like how Hulu does most of their shows, not all of their shows. Sometimes Hulu will drop a series all at once. Um, then certain shows like Handmaid's Tale or uh, Castle Rock, they'll drop kind of like usually two to start with, you into the season, and then after that they'll start dropping a week at a time. Um, is going on right now. Um, in case anybody wanted to see. There you go, Rachel. I guess that was just for you. I sometimes think that my chat like gets behind. I don't know why. Danny went to get the laptop for you guys, so I guess he can talk to you more effectively as he creeps through my room. Yeah, so now that Danny disrupted me, what was I talking about? Oh, what I've seen so far on Disney Plus. So yeah, as everybody's seen, the episodes are kind of time. So there's only really two episodes of most of the shows out right now. Um, I have seen the first two episodes of Core that I was discussing last week, um, where they take old high school musical casts and bring them back as the musicals they did in high school. Um, it's really good, like as good as I thought it was going to be. They did the first episode, Annie. Second episode was a cast that had done Beauty and the Beast. Um, both have been really good so far. Danny, like this. But we're both going to show up as two real geeks. That's weird. But I guess that's how it is. Type something so I can see if my chat's working. I'm going to type it to you because I didn't think you heard me. So, yeah, if anybody gets a chance, check out that show, Encore. It was super cute. And, like, really adorable. Both casts did, like, an amazing job. Like, I don't know. I kind of didn't know what to expect. High school casts are high school casts. They're pretty shaky. And then you're taking people that haven't done stuff like that in, like, 15, 20 years, whatever. Um, it, like both of the productions were excellent. I cried a little bit because they were so cute, but that was really good. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, my chat, my stream, and I can't see people. I'm waiting for it to catch up, but so yes, I also saw the first couple episodes of that the World of Jeff Goldblum show. The first two were on Sneakers Scream. Both really cute. Jeff Goldblum is awesome. I could literally watch him talk about anything. So pretty much whatever they're about, I'm about it. They're so funny. Huh. Um, yeah. So definitely check out the World of Jeff Goldblum. It's great. Love it. Love everything about it. Um, there was only one episode of that show, and it was only like 3 minutes long. So I guess they're kind of short. I don't know if that's how the show is going to be in general. They never dropped a second episode either, so I guess we don't really know what that is and what that's going to be yet. But the look that they had was very cute. When I looked at the cast online, it only listed Tony Halberger and the guy who does the narrator. I don't know if they're the only Toy Story characters that are going to that show, or if it's just not complete yet and they don't have the full cast list for it. Beepity boppity boo. And back to normal. Um, so today I caught up on The Mandalorian to be prepared for tonight. Um, really, really excellent. You know, I had a feeling that there was going to, not be much of a chance that I wouldn't, because, you know, being members of the Star Wars groups and, also being members of the Star Wars groups in New York down here, and then being members here where on social media I have a lot of, heavy Star Wars fans, and really happy with it. Everybody was impressed. I didn't see anybody complain about it, which is very odd. Star Wars fans, by and large, I don't find critical as like horror fans. The horror fans I know are by far probably the most critical of anything that comes out. Like, you just get 50% of the people who like hate. Like, it makes there's no point in going on social media and asking about a horror movie if it was good or whether you should watch it, because inevitably you are going to get a pretty split down the middle response of people who are like, yeah, it was decent, it's, or people who are like, no, it's total garbage, don't watch it. Like, you will always get it split right down the middle. There's kind of no point in asking. So by and large, like, I whereas groups as critical of everything that comes out, as I tend to find horror fans to be, but there are, some critical Star Wars fans for sure. Um, and rightfully so. I kind of feel like having a high bar for Star Wars is warranted. But any complaints about The Mandalorian. So I had high hopes for it. Finally got to watch it today and was super pleased with the Jon Favreau is like, seriously, here's to you, Jon Favreau, because it's probably the best treatment of Star Wars material that I've seen in a really long time. Like, probably since the first three, the original trilogy. It has like the feel and the tone of like of the original Star Wars, Jon Favreau tapped into how to deliver what like true Star Wars fans want and want to see. And it had that like old school Star Wars, didn't look 80s and it didn't look like whatever, it was too stylized like the, second trilogy sort of was a little bit extra bright and extra, and even now, like, I don't know. And I just had a whole like Star Wars theory breakdown and everything like that, talking about the Mandalorian because Jon Favreau did such an amazing job. Like really, I know it's only the first two episodes. Like the Star Wars is very simple. It's not super complicated or super involved. It's engaging, but it's simple. And it's action, and that's kind of what worked. With the original Star Wars, was not too in depth of a story, and sort of the Mandalorian. Really, there was not. It wasn't even super heavy on dialogue. Really, there was a lot of action, a lot of things to see. They tapped into some serious Star Wars nostalgia with the Jawas and the, type they showed in the bar in the beginning. The Sandcrawler, which, from being around Danny when he was in Georgia, uh, I bet they almost kind of feel like they wish they waited until this series came out because original movies to work on, it was hard to get the exact specifications of the Sandcrawler and to get a really clear shot of every angle of it, what it, how the shape is and the dimensions, what it looks like, the little, you know, parts on it and things like that. Where in the Mandalorian, you can really see the detail of the Sandcrawler, like super close. The Baby Yoda, which of course everybody loves. And I totally was in post of Baby Yoda before I saw The Mandalorian, so I knew it was coming. Um, which of course it's not actually Baby Yoda, but and I know some fairly knowledgeable Star Wars people, like super knowledgeable. Um, I don't know that Star Wars has ever mentioned breed of alien Yoda is. To my knowledge, they never have. So it's a baby, whatever Yoda is, but we don't really. Um, so for now, he'll just have to be Baby Yoda, and yeah. So now the two nightmares from Game of Thrones have signed off of doing Star Wars things. I have a feeling, or maybe it's just a sincere hope, that Star Wars people will use the extreme. Favreau has proven himself to be handling Star Wars material and use him to do whatever they're working on because he knows what he's doing, like above and beyond anything else that I've seen. I was saying to Danny, like, The Mandalorian is great, and I think it's going to be a great addition. Like, I almost wish that Star as a genre didn't become as flooded as it is, and I think that was one of like the biggest mistakes that was doing way too much Star Wars. Like, just too many, like, it's just not as special and rare as it. Every year or so there's another movie. Like, Star Wars used to be just precious. You held on to it, you watched it a million times, you knew it backwards and forward. So it's just such a small piece of material to, you know, engage with and be a part of. that, you know, with the amount of Star Wars like series and things and cartoons and movies and movies and movies, like, and then the side movies and the backstory, it's just a lot. And like, I kind of feel like The Mandalorian would have been like really amazing if there was less Star Wars stuff out there. I also feel like Galaxy's Edge, like Star Wars, like shot themselves in the foot kind of with the whole thing, because if they hadn't flooded the market with so much Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge would have done better than it is doing currently. Like, the extreme crowds would have gone on a lot longer, and things like Star Wars still would have been that like rare and special thing, and too much of a good isn't always a good thing, and I feel like watering down the genre is making Disney pay for their own message, and that um, like, it's awesome, but it would have been more special if Star Wars had a more special thing. Um, just my personal opinion, but I feel like it's probably the opinion of a lot of like lifelong Star Wars, that like it'll never have the feeling that it did back in the day when it was like, you know, this tiny thing. Now it's this like nightmare universe that you'll never quite get to all of. Um, been looking. We haven't. Me and Sandy have to do a shorts night on Disney Plus. I think we're gonna probably set up one night to just sit down and watch a bunch of shorts and stuff like that. So maybe I'll do a whole show one day just dedicated to the Pixar shorts and different shorts on, that have been around that are on Disney Plus. Which ones are some of your favorites? Which ones you've seen? Yay! What was for dinner, pizza? Anything good? What did we have tonight? We did. Oh, I did these like crock pot chicken thigh things with like, it's like soy sauce and honey and ketchup and ginger. Really good. So it was nice little easy dinner for tonight. Danny is requesting my paella later this week, and that is a really, really excellent recipe, I have to say. So I think I'm gonna try to do a video on the paella while I'm making. That'll be cool. So we're on that. Oh yeah, Disney Plus stuff. So we looked through some of the movies that are available. Being that I've only been here since yesterday, we haven't gotten a chance to do too much. I'm sure that we'll check a lot more into the movies and things like that. Danny and I actually watched Return to Oz last night, which I've seen in its entirety. I've seen um, parts of Return to Oz when I was younger, and somehow never really sat. So I think as a kid, only knowing The Wizard of Oz, that when Return to Oz came out, because I was probably about 7 when the movie came out, probably a couple years older than that, like when I first saw like some of it, maybe. Um, I know I thought it was very weird as a kid, and like didn't really know like the whole like Frank Baum stories and stuff like that. So like I just kind of wasn't really into the whole like Return to Oz thing. Thought it was kind of funky, but as an adult, to go back and watch it, was actually a really good movie. I like the one sort of little issue I had with it like from a modern point of view, is that those little wheeler things, they're creepy as all anything. Like they're super creepy, but their outfits are 80s looking thing. Like they're like super 80s. Like they look like caboodles or those little Baz makeup things that they used to have in the 80s. Like the designs, like they're all like kind of a little sparkly, and they have a lot of very like 80s geometric designs on their clothes, and that did not age well, like at all. So the other things were like I kind of wish they had been styled a little bit better. Um, and actually, last night I kind of fell asleep like right at the end and didn't um, but got through most of it. Uh, it was super creepy though. Like I liked it. It was a lot darker. Wizard of Oz, a lot more like the Frank Baum stories than um itself. Not that it like went away from the Frank Baum story too much. The Wizard of Oz, it just styled it so that it's darker feeling as some of the Frank Baum stories did. But in Return to Oz, like one of the first things she says when trying to convince people about Oz and that she's been there is that the Tin Man had been like cursed by a witch to like cut his own and stuff like that. Like super dark. I was like, oh, like that is not the way they told it in the other one. Oh my goodness. But I mean, accurate, but they definitely kept it in that more dark vein than like the Judy Garland Wizard of Oz, which presented a much lighter and ish image of Oz, witches aside and all that stuff. But gonna definitely finish the little bit that I missed at the enjoyed it, and I'm sure that there'll be lots more little gems that we'll find to bring back on Disney Plus and all. Um, let's see. I haven't, I don't think, caught anything new on Netflix this week. So I pretty much, being away and stuff, hanging out with my family, like I didn't have as much free TV time as I normally do when I'm home. So I'm just kind of played catch up on my weekly shows that I like to keep up with. Um, Castle Rock this week, another excellent. Like I love this season of Castle Rock on Hulu. I think they did an amazing job. Because as I said before, like Castle Rock, it was good, but I had a hard time getting into the story and staying into the story. Like even once I could kind of get myself into it, I'd find myself like drifting and not really paying attention. But this season is really engaging. Like the story, the characters, I find a lot um dynamic than the first season. So I've really enjoyed it, and I think they've done just an excellent job. I'm really looking forward to see what because it's the Stephen King universe, but they're all like original stories. So they would either have taken place at some other point in the character's life, or they're characters that are kind of loosely certain tales or things like that. Um, so there's a lot of really cool things in the universe that they can still use for reasons, and I really look forward to see like what they do with all that. There was another new show on Hulu, full season. This one popped up this week. It's a series called Dollface with Kat Denning, that girl Esther Povitsky that they like to try to put in. No, it seems like she pops up in every series I watch, and she's really cute. She had her own show with, I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. His name was Benji on the show, and it might be in real life also. I can't remember. Um, what was it called? Alone Together. Um, it was on one of the cable channels, either TBS or USA, one of those kind of things. But it was only on for like a few seasons. It was cute though. Um, I probably liked her on that more than like anything that I've seen her kind of be a side character on. But I think that was kind of written. She was in this show, and the girl, I think her name is Brenda Song. She was in that like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody stuff back in the day. Um, I'm having a hard time with this one too. Like, it's a very cute premise, and I think I'll probably get into it and watch it more completely at some point. But I don't know if it's like just getting back and everything. But I drifting and not paying attention to it. So, um, cute, has potential. We'll see how it goes. But other than that, not too much stuff has dropped this week. I'm kind of feeling like since Disney Plus just did their major release that, well, Hulu is kind of Disney run, I think. Um, so, but Netflix especially probably kind of held off any like releasing any of their like major shows until some of the Disney Plus, opening hullabaloo. Thank you guys. It's good to be back. It was a really nice trip today. I was a little stressed out about it and what it would be like taking the bus back and forth and stuff like that. But wasn't bad. Definitely do it again, and I'm sure I will, like a lot more now that I've done it. So you will get to see more stuff on upcoming trips to New York. Kind of a test run, so I didn't want to burden myself down with like filming it or anything like that. But in the future, we will definitely do going to New York videos. I'll take you guys around. Hopefully, we can get up there with Danny too. Um, that tends to be a little complicated of a trip because we gotta try to I don't like to leave the dog. You know, we have to do it sometimes, and it might for us both to get up there sometime. But preferably if we can rent a car so we can take the dog, that's always preferred. But then there's still all of the other and stuff like that. So, um, we'll see about that. But I personally will definitely be making more trips, hang out with my mom because my mom's the coolest, and I'll let you all meet her next time. And maybe we'll get that's my mom. My mom's name is Lucia. She's very cool, and she is why I'm a very good cook. Yay, yay, Mama Lucia. Um, and maybe next time I go up there, we'll get Lucia to do a cooking video with us, and you will get some recipes from the Geeks Mom's kitchen, where it all started, and that'll be really cool. So, trying to think what other special things in entertainment we have going on. So, the one other thing that I definitely wanted to make sure while I have you here is new episodes of Rick and Morty. Yay! So, all the Rick and Morty fans, yeah, there are new episodes of Rick and Morty. Um, I Now it started last Sunday night, and then last night was the episode. They're coming out with 5 episodes to start with. there'll be 10 episodes in the season altogether. They'll be starting with the first 5. I'm assuming because all the news when it came out was that 5 episodes were coming out, and everybody was a little like, ah. But after there are going to be 10 episodes. I'm guessing the first 5 rolled out in a row, and then a break, and then the second 5. Hopefully, not too long. Like, we have waited a really long time for Rick and Morty episodes. There haven't been any new Rick and Morty episodes since I was. That is terrible. But I kind of haven't watched Rick and Morty in a long time because there were only the 3 that there were, and you can only watch those episodes so many times, and I don't want to like hate them because I watch them too much. So, the first 2 episodes of season 4 so far, I really thought were excellent. They're a little, I don't know, they feel a little for Rick and Morty. Not that it always isn't like a teeny bit nihilistic and stuff like that, but this season really just, I don't know what it really feels, especially sort of dark, but really funny and like really great episodes. So I have to give them credit. Like they're still, and Rick and Morty is still totally worth it. I mean, the wait should never have been that long, and I'm never going to sit here and say, "Oh, worth the wait." Nothing is worth that wait. Never should have happened. You have a super popular show. Like, be responsible stewards of project and stay on top of it. And that was a huge fail on the part of Justin Roiland, Dan Harmon, and Comedy Central. Comedy Central. No, that was Cartoon Network. Yeah, it was a huge bummer. So I'm not going to excuse that, but I am going to say that the first 2 episodes so far have been really good. I've enjoyed them a lot, and looking forward to the rest of the season. And really kind of made me want to like go back again and like I've not that I've watched Morty once or twice. Like I've watched them multiple times throughout their tenure, but I'm definitely gonna go back and have a little Rick and Morty binge. Celebrate the new season of Rick and Morty and how great it all is. So, what else was I going to mention? Oh, so there was this little piece of news that dropped in my world over the last. At first, there was some discussion on whether it was actually true or not because there was only this one website or whatever that was reporting it, but people found it from other sources, so it seems to be true. So, Disney. You give with one hand and take from the other always. Like, I want to love you, but you see evil and you do some evil things. And, like, you're acquiring of, like, the entire entertainment industry. Nervous. Like, I don't think that that's a healthy thing to have one company acquiring so many different studios and so much like absorbing everything into itself. I feel like it doesn't give options for artists to go to another studio. Like, if you make animated movies and Disney doesn't want to work with you, options very limited. And there's some really talented people out there that end up without a place to go because Disney is up and only wants to do what it wants to do. So that's kind of my hesitation with Disney sometimes. I love it, and I really can think of nothing better than just going to Disney World with Danny for a week. It's just like a perfect. I think that you know theme parks and what they've done with Walt Disney World, it's just an amazing, and that they have a real talent for that. Um, and that they used to have a real talent for making magical little animated movies that made everybody feel, special and young and all those things. It was a very special thing. But when I had to look at the things that were coming out on Disney Plus and really look at the Disney catalog as a whole, geez, it's a lot of stuff. And I kind of feel like the more they branch out, do what they do well, and I kind of wish they'd focus up on things like that. So, one more slightly evil move in Disney's very unhappy about right now. Super unhappy. So, as a lot of you know, I'm a giant fan. One of my favorite shows. Um, Always great. I love Bob's Burgers. I just and a show that I don't know what it is. I always kind of snap judge things when I see them and be like, I won't like that. And I in Community, where when it was on, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like that. And it's one of my favorite shows, and I could watch Community a million times. Hilarious. But I did that with Bob's Burgers. When it came on, I was like, I can't imagine being all that into it. I'm gonna skip this one. And didn't get into Bob until about maybe 4 seasons in, when I was like, let me give it a shot, and loved it. Absolutely love Bob's Burgers. I just think it's one of the things on TV. Um, while I was home last week, went to see, some of my family, got to visit with my aunt and uncle, cousins, and my twin cousins, which are two of my favorite cousins. We always have a really good time together. I don't know, me and my twin cousins have just kind of always like hung pretty hard together, and they're hilarious. But it must the Bob's Burgers gene is hard because they are as into so great. So just so yeah, we spent the whole day just laughing and making Bob's Burgers jokes and stuff like that, and it was hilarious. So Bob's Burgers. And when now there was supposed to be a Bob's Burgers movie coming out, animated feature, theaters, whole 9 yards, very exciting. Um, we've heard about it. It was in production, and in production when Disney acquired Fox under Fox Animation. So Disney alluded the rolling out all of the titles that were under production under Fox Animation in a timely, manner, pretty much adhering. The movie, as far as I know, is done and was kind of in post production. Um, so yeah, Disney has Burgers movie from its release schedule. It was originally scheduled for release in June of 2020, June 7th. It was scheduled for June 17th, or 16th, something like that. But yeah, Disney has boop pulled the Bob's Burgers and does not have it listed for release anywhere on their 3-year schedule or whatever that they have out. Um, I am not pleased about that. I'm really super unhappy, and um kind of feel like it's a scummy thing to do. to go and acquire something that like has such a following because I mean probably two or three different Bob's Burgers groups around like Facebook and different places, and they're all very well attended. And Bob's Burgers has a significant following. Like I really don't know too many people who don't love it. So like to take something with such a devoted fan base and not be a good steward of the show and everything like that. I don't know. I just feel like it's really scummy. So I would like to think that it's just a temporary reshuffle and that they, are planning to still release it soon. And I will be keeping an eye on you, Disney. Like, for real, don't, like, don't be evil. Just don't be evil. Don't, play God with things because you can and take away things that people love and stuff like that. And things that really hard on long before you came along and absorbed their studio, Uh, a lot to what you do with this like as it is, I really want to see some other new studios that aren't owned by Disney because the thing, like you need if Disney says no to you, that doesn't mean your project is garbage, There could be a lot of people out there with a lot of really great that aren't going to get made because there's no place else to go and Disney doesn't want you competing with what they already have planned. It's just not a good look. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the whole dealio. So, like Disney, I just don't make me don't make me have to tell people that you're evil, okay? So like don't do evil things. Let's all that's about that. So it's are hilarious. Um, so yeah, we're gonna be looking at stuff coming up this week. I haven't even gotten to check. Like I said, everything is kind of like around Disney Plus right now. It's kind of what everybody is focused on. So I don't know that any other streaming services or anything like that are planning any now. We're gonna have a lot of like holiday stuff coming out soon. It's that time of year. So next week we're gonna get into a couple things. We are going to go over the holiday schedule because next week will be the Monday before Thanksgiving. We want to get you guys caught up to speed and get your holiday viewing stuff planned and scheduled so that everybody can have a holiday. Um, so yeah, next week we're gonna highlight some holiday stuff coming up this season, some new holiday stuff that's getting released this season you might want to check out. Um, gonna have lots of merriness coming your way. And so quiet and lonely out here because Danny shut my dog in the room with him. Um, I think we're gonna get ready to sign off for tonight. I want to thank you guys for stopping in. It's so great to see. I know Monday night can be a little just getting into your week, but I appreciate you stopping in so that we can chat about all the fish coming your way. Hey, Dr. Fish, how's it going? Thank you, Danny. Um, so I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to always let me know what you're watching, what you like, what you've seen that is discussed because I always like to get a good rolling conversation on some stuff. See what you guys are into, see what you think about what's going on. Um And I'll see you all next week for the Weekly Geek. Have a great week. Good night, everybody. Bye.